So check this out, everybody. I've had these we have a coffee table set for quite a few years now. Westside metal detector. And I'm like, wow, these are perfect for putting treasures inside on top of them because of glass tops. These are kind of like, I don't know, Romans things, I guess. I don't know, kind of look like Roman platforms or whatever. And then it has like, it's concaved inside, so I was able to put some stuff inside underneath the glass so no one can touch the treasures. Ain't that cool? I got all kinds of tokens in this one. You can see an umpire heads and tails coin there. A few tokens here and there. There's a pod, a pog. Remember those pogs from back in the day? I got some a lot of tokens in there and a few Indian heads and Wheaties and stuff like that. No silver in there, just in case, you know. But just a lot of foreign coins and tokens and stuff like that. So that one came out pretty good. Then I got this one over here. I put all religious stuff in it. I might add a few more pieces or move it around a little bit. That was my first kind of like organized, you know, to keep it organized and make it looking good. I might organize it a little bit better, but that's not too bad. You know, all kinds of religious tokens in there. A few square nails, make it look kind of cool. You know, some pendants and a few old pendants. Pretty neat. Tree of life right in the middle. So that one came out pretty good. And then I got this one. Oh, and here's the shadow box. And where did... Oh, it's upstairs. I gotta get my... I guess I gotta... There we go, I'm back. Now, the shadow box here that I got. I forgot to put in my last video of my 2025 finds that I found this Civil War belt buckle with all the hardware, even stuff that holds the sword, a few buttons, so the leather strap had to have like been deteriorated in the same hole because everything was there. And for some reason the key was there, I don't know why. But nearby was a few old buttons, large cent. This is a pin for a pilot back in the day. And a silver bracelet that wasn't too far from this. I mean, literally, it had to have been maybe from the same family or something, but it was a nice find. Yeah, so, you know, these coffee table sets I have here, I've had for a while, but I'm remodeling my living room a little bit, kind of redecorating. So I put these over here. I'm getting a new living room set here and just doing a few things. New rug. This rug's been here for years. I've had it for, oh God, it's been in here for like 10 years. So it's time for a change. So I'm just remodeling in the living room. And I figured I'd do this and add this. And look at this one. This is the coffee table. I put my Old Orchard Beach finds in this one. This one has my 5-ring spill, my first 5-ring spill, which was just junk of rings, but oh my God, it's so exciting. It's on one of my videos, my early Old Orchard Beach videos from 5 years ago. I've been detecting Old Orchard Beach for like 5 years now. Got a few earrings in here, just to make it a few bling bling. Yeah, nice anchor in there, a little fishy. Just a few things. I might put some more sand in there. That's real sand from Old Orchard Beach right there. Kids can't get at it. It's all covered up underneath. So it's pretty neat. I love these coffee table set. Then I got my other shadow box with just years of old buttons. These are the buttons I found when I first started metal detecting. Very first buttons right here. An old coin button right there from a Trader coin button. Just really old stuff. Even a SWAT sticker medal right there. That's a medal from a German medal, which is broken up a little bit. From a German soldier from World War II, I believe. World War II. Nice rosette, army rosette right there. A few other, hard to see, but get the idea. Right there's a Red Cross pin. Pretty cool. Yep. Just some really old stuff. Pretty cool. But yep, that was probably one of my best finds of the year right there in 2025, and forgot to put it in my video. But that's alright. It's in the shadow box. That's why I forgot about it. It was out here. But pretty cool. Not too bad. I'm gonna probably kind of like organize it a little bit better. But I just threw it together. Figured I'd get that ready for when I get my new living room set in here. New rug. I'm gonna get a little scenery going on here with my sword and shield there. So, yep, I'm gonna redecorate a little bit in here. Just over there, all my stuff, but I'm not gonna show everything because I ain't done yet. Check this out. Yeah, I'm back up in my museum again. This time, I'm going to show you where when I found that stuff in the shadow box over there. That Civil War belt buckle was found in an area. It was kind of top secret, but the only person that knows about it is Jimmy. And I won't reveal the place because I still ain't done with the place. I went there in the spring. Me and Jimmy, I bring him there. I told him, I was like, look, I hunted this place out hard. If we find something, it'll be amazing, because I've been here a few times and then found nothing. But every time I come back, like, I'll come back now and then and still find stuff. But, I've been there because I thought I hunted out. This place I never hunted out. This place is huge. It's like acres. I would say over 100 acres. And I walk into this place and there was different spots. Like, I walk into this place in the fall, late in the fall, and when I go in there, I pulled out, I went to this little spoil pile, and I found a freaking seeded dime. And right over here, I got like 4 seeded dimes I pulled out of this place. I believe I got 4 of them over here, 3 of them. I got 3 seeded dimes. Yeah, 3 seeded dimes I pulled out of this place. One of them I found, and then I found a few Indian head pennies next to it, and I think I found a cap gun. One of these cap guns, I think I put it in my other cap gun pile. Oh no, it was right here, one of these cap guns, I believe. Or I might have put it in a pile of cap guns. Yeah, I think I did. But anyways, so I found a few things, and I have it on video somewhere, but in my archives. And then, so I go back in the spring, and oh my word, I went back into this place, and it's like a metal detector's dream. I walked in, and I walked into a place that had like 6-7 cellar holes that never, ever, and I mean never, has seen a metal detector. I was the first one. I walked in there and I couldn't believe it. First thing I walked in, pretty much, I pulled out, I remember I pulled out a few buttons and stuff like that, like military buttons. And then, yeah, like right over here, I got some military buttons right here. And I got an infantry button right there. Look at that. I pulled out a few military buttons and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, wow, that's awesome. And then right next to it, I pulled out a shield nickel. I was like, oh my word, that's old. So I'm like, let's go find some more stuff. Shield nickel right there. So after I did that, I went on around the corner, around the back side of it, and I couldn't believe it. In one hole, I was like tripping out. I was like flipping because I had 4 Indian head, 4 large cents in one hole, and I was like, you thought I'd found gold or something, because on the video I was like tripping out, only because when I found these, I'm like, I knew I was at a good spot. I was like, if I found these where I found them, I was like, there's got to be more. And I could not believe the stuff I was pulling out of this place. Look at all these silver coins. I'll get back to that. But then I found this little bottle dump area. And look at some of these bottles. Some of these bottles has some embossing on it from, like, some of them were from, there's one, I think, I can barely read it tonight. And here, it's not that good. But some of them from, I got one from Canada, a couple of them here and there from Portland and stuff like that. But yeah, some of them are just blank though, but not all of them. This one right here has a little bit of embossing on it. I'm gonna have to look them up. I didn't really have time to look up all these bottles. It's a project I'll probably do one of these days to see where some of these came from. But nice bottles, a lot of medicine bottles, a few soda bottles here and there. I got a Coca-Cola one right there. A few other bottles, a known ketchup bottle right there. Ponds, Ponds, and there's a glass, mason jar lid, I believe, right there. I think that's a mason jar lid glass one. Is that everybody? I think, yeah. And a few nice cotton containers. Yeah, baby. And a few other things. Knives, got an old knife with the, I'm not sure if that's a wooden handle right there or bone or not, but I could probably restore this knife right here. Kind of cool. A few other cool things. Look at some of these buckles right here. Look at that buckle. Look at the fancy on that one. Beautiful buckle. Look at that buckle. Look at the fancy on that one. Ain't that a beauty, huh? Actually, that's a brooch. It's a pin. That was a brooch. Oh, I always thought that was a buckle. It's kind of another hook in there, too. Never saw something like that. I might have to look that one up. A lot of the stuff I didn't look up because I was finding so much stuff. Look at that beauty. Look at that. That's definitely a buckle. I believe. No, geez, that looks like a brooch, too. That is a brooch. There's a pin there. Neat. I always thought that was a buckle. I got two brooches there that I thought were buckles. Yeah, I haven't really looked at some of this stuff because I found a lot of this stuff. I don't know what that, I think that was like for, might have been for matches or something like that. I think. Not sure. Lead toy. Beautiful stuff. Bells. Sleigh bell. Got a couple bells there, 3 there. Small buckles, a few kids' toys. Look at this, remember these? I used to get these when I was a kid. They are called SSPs. Remember these things? You put a zip tie through that and the thing went cruise. You could take jumps with them and smash them into each other and stuff. Those are cool. I've had those when I was a kid. A few other things. Check that out. Yeah. Ashtray. Jeez, that looks safer. Yeah. Ain't that cool? So that was that table. And I swear I was digging this place for like 3-4 years, and I'm still at this place. And when I got those 4 large scents, look, I got 2 more there. There's 4 more large scents right there, and a few more over here that I went a few years later and got a few more large scents. Geez, if I counted them all, I think I got about 9 or 10 large scents out of that place, I swear. And look at all the Indian head pennies. These are all Indian head pennies, and there's a few more down there too. Some Indian head pennies down over there. Yeah, some old stuff, tools and stuff. Some more bottles right there. That's a nice one right there. This one's actually an old wine bottle right there. Look at that. Look how old that is. Huh? Jeez. Ain't that cool? Rosette. Glass rosette. Yeah. That cool. I think I got another rosette too out of this place somewhere around here. This is a badge right here from a ship. It's from the ships. It was a badge. It was given to the shipbuilders. I remember looking up the history. This got me in a paper. One of those papers has this in it. Yeah, I remember that. And this I thought was a cane top. It says Sterling on the side right there. But it's too small for a cane top, and I remember seeing something about this before, and I can't remember what it was, but there was some wood in this too. I remember taking some of the wood out of it, and I wish I wouldn't have, but I was cleaning it. I thought it was dirt, and it turned out to be wood. Oh, what did this go to again? I can't remember, but it's not a cane top. It's too small and dainty. So if you know what it is out there, let me know. So look at some of these coins here before I'm taking up too much time here. But let's see, what else do I got here? Nice old brooches. Look at some of these nice enamel brooches. Look at the beautiful design on that one. Enamel on it. Geez, I got a lot of nice brooches out of that place. I didn't realize it until now, going through it. I tell you, this place is amazing. Old dog tags. Look at that old watch right there. That old knife. That was actually a nice little knife that came out of the ground like that. Nice, looks like mother of pearl or something like that on there. And then an old lighter. Look at that old little cap gun. Some buttons. Stuff like that. Old jewelry. Look at this old enamel one. That fancy design. Ain't that cool? Definitely a pin there at one time. This old car. Okay, now check out some of these coins. I can't believe some of these coins. Like I showed you the Shield nickel. I got two 2-cent pieces out of there. There's two 2-cent pieces right there. There we go. There's the Shields. There's two. They're in actually pretty good condition. Isn't that cool? Got two of those. A Shield nickel. A lot of Mercs. Got that was a recent Barber quarter. I got a lot of quarters. Barber quarter. Got a Standing Liberty quarter. Got a seeded quarter from 1876. Ain't that freaking cool? I've only gotten two of these out of the 13 years or 14 years I've been metal detecting. I got one there and one at a different spot. But yeah, the other one's I think at 52. But this one's from that spot, 1876 seeded quarter. Ain't that a beauty? Not in bad shape. And also got some more seeded. Got 3 seeded dimes. Man, I couldn't believe that. It's not easy to find seeded dimes. I got 3 of them at that place. And also Spanish silver. 2 Spanish half reels. 1773 on this one, I think. Something like that. It's hard to see. Yeah. And I think that one's 1765. That one has a hole in it. 2 Spanish silver, 3 seeded dimes, a seeded quarter. I got, also, I got, that's right. Yeah. Back again. I did cut that clip because I forgot something. I found so much stuff there. I put these away because I didn't want to lose them. Also, I found there, besides all those seeded quarters and Spanish silver, look at this. I got 2 busted drapes, $50, 1811. Now, what happened was I went there with my small coil and there was a spoil pile. And right beside the spoil pile with my small coil, I pulled out this coin. A year later, I went back to the same spot with a large coil, not the stock coil. I went there with the large coil to go to that spoil pile, and right next to it was this, almost in the same hole, because I saw where I dug, and right like a few inches right next to it was this another one. 2 50-cent pieces in the same freaking hole. A year later, and I find it, 1809 on this one. And look at the beautiful shape on that. Huh? Look at that. 50C. And they're offset a little bit. You can see the rim is thicker up there than it is on the bottom. So they're definitely hammered. Freaking awesome. This place was so amazing. Look at this stuff. I got another 50-cent piece that should be here I got from last year too over there. So I got in like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got a Barber 50-cent. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 $50 at this place. 6 freaking $50. One of them is in the other room from last year's finds. I found these other 4. Yeah, that was from the year before, actually. The 50-cent, yeah, it was from the year before, but it was still in the same spot. Anyways, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 37 silver coins out of this spot. Ain't that unbelievable? Plus the silver that. But yeah, unreal. I didn't get no silver jewelry there. Nope, just that. No gold. So I gotta go back there and look for the gold. But there's my wrap up of this place. Unbelievable, huh? Can't get over some of the stuff I found at that spot. Yep. Unreal. So there it is. Thanks everybody for watching. And I'm going to try to do some more videos, to do some fillers here for the winter until I get back hunting. But that was it. What an amazing spot. I ain't done with this spot. If I find more this year, I will let you know. But yeah, and I'll probably do some more videos of some of my other stuff here that I found over the years. So yeah, alrighty, I'll see you all soon.